Good morning, welcome to Oak Meadow 23, year with the van life veterans. This is an introductory video. We are 3 generations, 10 people, 2 dogs, a pride of Devon hedge cats, various livestock and wildlife, living completely off-grid, and we're going to take you through a year of living off-grid in the UK. We are all tiny home livers and van lifers, as it were, or travellers as we used to be called back in the 90s, and we've been living in trucks. I've been in trucks, this is my 33rd year, and we have a base camp here, and we're doing the small holding life, we're doing the completely off-grid life. So let me introduce you to the land a little bit. We're going to go and have a little look at how we're set up. We're on about 2.5 acres of land, and we've split it into 3 units. So we've got Ma and Pa. They're the first unit we're going to look at. They're in their 70s and living a good life down here doing the small holding thing. Next is myself and my family, which is myself, Nina, and our son Rufus, and we live in trucks. We'll be having a deep dive into truck life and looking at how to choose a truck, for what purposes, what you're looking for, and just really, if you do it yourself, how easy van life can be. There's tons of stuff on YouTube showing how expensive it can be, and some really expensive builds, but you can get yourself sorted out for not a lot of money. So we'll be taking a deep dive into that. And then lastly is Adele and her family, which is Ches, Finn, Ty, and cousin Katie, who's down visiting with us at the moment. So cousin Katie's going to be interesting because this is her first year of doing this sort of life. So you'll be able to get feedback from a newbie. The boys were actually born into this life, so this is all they've ever known, really. So yeah, we're going to take you for a little trip round Oak Meadow and discuss some of the things we'll be covering this year. Let's have a look at the meadow then. Welcome aboard Oak Meadow Air. Your pilot for today is Finn, and as we're cruising up over Ma and Pa's shed, we are going to have a nice look down the land. We're going to tilt ourselves forwards, and below us, I called it a shed, that's a bit rude. It is Ma and Pa's new cabin and their old cabin, and you can see the centralised vegetable garden. Ma's built this with quite high raised beds because they're both in their 70s, and it makes growing veg in her part of the garden loads easier. In the centre of the screen, you're looking at the nature pond, which is fed by the reed bed system, which deals with the grey water from Ma and Pa's cabin. She has a central garden with a greenhouse and Pa's little carpentry shed, which they actually used to live in first year we were here. So we're going to fly across into myself and Nina's piece of Oak Meadow, which is the centrepiece of Oak Meadow. So we cruise over Rufus's truck. We're looking down onto the veg beds. We're seriously into the whole permaculture experiment, raised beds. You can't really pick out the orchard. You can't pick out any of the juvenile trees at the moment because there's no leaves on them. You can see the bees. You can see the shower shack, the new shower shack, and we're just cruising over our main living truck. And in front of you is Nina's workshop studio for her stained glass work. As you can see, we've got quite a few trucks on the land, so we will be taking a deep dive into van life. Okay, moving forward, we're just flying over Katie's truck, Trevor, the red truck down in the bottom left corner, over the veg bed. Ty's truck is on the right. That's the ornamental garden in the centre, and to the left is the frame for Finn's new shack, which is our first eco build. Ches is on that project. She's the carpentry wizard. As we fly over Adele's lorry and look at the far end of the land, the nature pond in the bottom corner, always full of water, no matter what the season. Swinging back onto Finn's shack, and a look back down the land again. There goes Ches and Gladys, one of the dogs, heading to Ches's wood workshop where she does all her timber magic. this end of the land, traditionally, Ches has kept livestock on, kept pigs on, because it's quite steep. Obviously, this is their chicken run as well. Um, and basically, you can see how much work and how many projects we've got going on this land at any one time. We need to be quite on it. So hopefully we're going to be able to get into making some much more detailed videos for you, showing our solutions to things like power, water, sewage. But it's a top place to have a bit of an outside adventure. We're going to try and show you that it can be done. Bricks and mortars you don't need to do bricks and mortar if you have the opportunity and the adventure to do this. It's not for everyone, but hopefully we'll show you a few videos to inspire you to go off on this adventure yourself. Hope you enjoyed the flight. That's touchdown. So brilliant. That's a quick tour of the land. That's shown you sort of our basic setup. There's all sorts of things we're going to get into this year. We've got a busy year ahead of us. Hope you enjoyed it. If you're interested in this subject, then please subscribe down below. Click your notifications on, so every time we put a video on, you get to know straight away. And stick a like on there as well, and share it amongst your friends if you think there are other people that you know that are either interested in van life or doing off-grid living or organic gardening and self-sufficiency. Brilliant. Okay, until the next video, I'll see you soon. Ta-da.